जय जगन्नाथ फ्रेंड्स दिस वासुदेव पंडा वेलकम टू मास्टर ऑफ इंग्लिश बहुत पिला कहते अल्टी 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 तो पे फाइनाली गोटे अल्टीर सेसन करवा आज अल्टरनेटिव इंग्लिश गोटे सेसन करवा तो ये आम पाखापाखि 5टा पेसेज पाखापाखि 25टा खंडे प्रश्न आलोचना करी पे एंड एज फार एज आई एम कंसर्न एंड माय फ्रेंड्स आर कंसर्न दिज आर द मोस्ट प्रोबेबल पैसेजेस मु कहूनी कि यही क्वेश्चन ही आसो जमी मुझे इंग्लीश कहूली प्लस टू पिला बट ये जो चैप्टर गुड़िक आलोचना करुच्ची दिज आर द मोस्ट प्रोबेबल चैप्टर बुझीगला तो यही चैप्टर गुड़िक निश्चित भाव आम पढ़ा टे आलोचना करवा अल्टी जो मान एग्जाम अच्छी सो फास्ट चैप्टर मुझे पे द मशरूम ऑफ डेथ मशरूम ऑफ डेथ क्वेश्चन अच्छी व्हाट डू द एस्टिमेट मेड इन 1984 रिवील अबाउट द वर्ल्ड arsenals. Question number 1. Question number 2 thala where these arsenal kept? ये arsenal would केमते कोटले रखा है Question number 3 होची what would be the immediate effect of a large scale exchange of weapons? Question number 4 ala what happens if the firewall rises? Question number 5 what happens if the firewall explodes in the megaton range? This is the question. So the first question is, what do the estimate made in 1984 reveal about the world arsenal? That's the question. The answer would be, the estimate made in 1984 reveal that the world arsenal contains 50,000. 50,000 what? 50,000 weapons with a combined explosive yield of nearly 12,000 megatons. This is the answer. Question number 2, and please don't bargain me to explain in English because you are going to write in explain in Odia because you are going to write the exam in English. मो आखि को देखिले तुम जानो जो how tired I was I am exactly कारण 2 दिन रो टेडियस जर्नी पर आज दिन सारा एग्जाम ड्यूटी तापर मु वर्तमान पर्यंत रेस्ट नहीं नहीं मु नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची वेयर दिस आर्सेनल केप्ट ए आर्सेनल गुडी कोठी रखा हैतला वेयर So, these weapons were kept. These weapons were kept in the USA, Russia, Britain, France, and China. These weapons are kept in USA, Russia, Britain, France, and China. Third question, what would be the immediate effect of a large-scale exchange of weapons? Getting me? So, the immediate effect of a large-scale exchange of weapons would be the release of adequate energy that would heat the surrounding air to tens of millions of degrees Celsius, forming a hot, buoyant bubble of gases or a fireball. Question number 4. Next question. What happens if the fireball rises? If the fireball rises, it's spread to form the distinctive mushroom cloud. What will happen? If the firewall rises, it spreads to form the distinctive mushroom clouds and its ascent creates strong section at the ground level. Next question will say, what happens if the firewalls explode in the megaton range? So what happens if the firewall explodes in the megaton range? If they explode kare, kya hoga? The top of the mushroom cloud stabilizes within the stratosphere, and if the firewall explodes in the megaton range, if the firewall explodes, the top of the mushroom cloud stabilizes within the atmosphere if the firewall explodes in the megaton range. Next question देखिए. Next question होची human environment. Next जो chapter हमें prose section देखुचे. पोएट्री सेक्शन रो जदि हम काली सकाळू क्लास करबा सो प्रोज सेक्शन रो प्रथम प्रश्न अछि हाउ इज द ट्रू हाउ इज द ट्रू दैट द मेजर प्रॉब्लम ऑफ आवर वर्ल्ड आर ऑल पार्ट्स ऑफ बाइशियस सर्कल. क्वेश्चन नंबर बी हाउ डू द ऑथर वांट द वेरियस प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ आवर वर्ल्ड टू बी डील्ड विथ केमती डील्ड करबा कथा बोली कहछथि. क्वेश्चन नंबर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होछि व्हाट इज द ट्रुथ दैट द एंशिएंट इंडिया रियलाइज्ड पूर्व जुगरे भारत रे कौन रियलाइज करथिले सब. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन व्हिच रेस्पोंसिबिलिटी इज हिंटेड at in the last sentence of the passage. Passage ର ଶେଷ ବାକ୍ୟରେ କୋଉ ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ କଥା କୁହାଯାଇଛି? Next question ହେଲା, which of the following text types does the passage belong to? କୋଉ ଭଳିଆ text type? Narrative, expository, descriptive or imaginative? First question, how it is true that the major problem of our world are all parts of a vicious circle? That's the question. So the major problems of the world are part of a vicious circle which includes population explosion. First one. Second one is poverty. Third one is ignorance and disease. Then pollution, nuclear weapons, and biological and chemical agents of destruction. Next question. Question number 2. So out of the author 1 to, this is the class going on, Alte, Sneha. So how does the author went to various problems of our world to be dealt with? This is the question. The author wants the problem of our world to be dealt with collectively, samohika bhave, but not individually. Next question. What is the truth that the ancient India realized? So the truth that the ancient India realized was that one can take from the earth and atmosphere only as much as one puts back into them. Jetiki dabo, shetiki nabo. That was being realized by our ancestor in ancient India, you can say. Next question. Which responsibility is hinted at in the last sentence of the passage? Passage ra seshya vakyare kon lekha hoichi? The truth that the ancient India realized was that one can take, question. The responsibility which has been hinted is the responsibility of men towards nature and mankind. Mane मनुष्य जाति एवं प्रकृति प्रति आमर जो responsibility रहिबा कथा से ऊपर of man towards nature and mankind. The responsibility includes the protection of nature and its resources. And the responsibility includes protection of nature and its resources. प्रकृति ର ସୁରକ୍ଷା ଏବଂ ପ୍ରକୃତିକ ସମ୍ବଳର ସୁରକ୍ଷା, ଏହା ବି ଆମର ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ. Next question. So, which of the following text types does the passage belong to? It is narrative, expository, descriptive, and imaginative. That is simple of expository, karan this type of text are normally used to expose a problem in a context. Next प्रश्न देखा पिले एटा थिला वुमेन एनवायरनमेंट रो. नेक्स्ट रहिला कोन? नेक्स्ट रहिला हमर परवर्ती पैसेज पाक हम जेतबे जाउछु सेटा होची तमरो चैप्टर होची मैन एंड वुमेन some difference. Man and women some difference. The questions are, let me tell, what are the greatest source of lead pollution in cities? Lead pollution सबुटर बड़ source कोन? Lead pollution. Question number 2. Why is the feminine folk so focused? स्त्री अनुरक्त जो व्यक्ति माने से माने फोकस्ड काहेकि जो माने बेसी भलो पाते स्त्री माने को. Next question. Why do men wrinkle less than women do? स्त्री माने को अपेक्षा माने जहाँ को हमें कहूँ कौन भांग तो कम पड़े काहेकि. Next. Why do men lose weight easily? पुरुष माने जल्दी ओजन कमे दियंती कि परे सहजरे. तापर रहला women cannot stay cooler in summer. True or false? This is the question. So first question is, what are the greatest source of lead pollution in cities? Greatest source of lead pollution. So automobile and exhaust fumes. These are the two keywords. Automobile and exhaust fumes are the greatest source of lead pollution in cities. Question number 2. Why is the feminine folk so focused? The feminine folk is focused because of their bone structure. Next question. Why do men wrinkle less than women do? So men wrinkle less than women do because A man's skin is thicker than a woman. କାରଣ a man's skin is thicker than women. ପୁରୁଷମାନଙ୍କର ଚମଡ଼ା ସ୍ତ୍ରୀମାନଙ୍କ ଚମଡ଼ା ଅପେକ୍ଷା ମୋଟା. And not nearly as soft as they are. As a result, the thickness doesn't allow the sun's radiation to get through. Due to that thickness, sun's radiation cannot enter man's body. That's why. Next question is, why do men lose weight easily? ସହଜରେ ଓଜନ କମେଇ ପାରିଥାନ୍ତି କିପରି? It is the highest proportion of muscle to fat that makes it easier for men to lose weight easily. କାରଣ ମସଲ୍ସ ଅପେକ୍ଷା ଫ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଅଧିକ ଥାଏ ତେଣୁ ଲାଷ୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ହେଲା women cannot stay cooler in summer. True or false? It is false. The question is false. Next ଦେଖିବା next ହେଉଛି on the education of a man of business. This is the chapter on the education of a man of business. So questions, they show how imagination and philosophy can be woven into practical wisdom. What does they refer to? It is they kahaku refer kariki kuhaଯାଇଛି. Question number B, why does the writer phrase the Baconian works? Kahiki praise prasansa କରିଛନ୍ତି. Next question, what must a man of business be taught? कौन ଶିଖେଇବା କଥା? Next question, how can a man of business cultivate fluency in writing? ଲେଖିବାର ଶୈଳୀ ଦକ୍ଷତା କେମିତି ସେ ତା ପାଖକୁ ଆସିବ? Next ରହିଲା, what should be aimed at in the style of a man of business? କୋଉ ଜିନିଷ ସବୁ ରହିବା ଦରକାର? प्रथम प्रश्न उत्तर हो they show how imagination and philosophy can be woven into practical wisdom. What does they refer to? Question कौन हो answer, they refers to writings of Bacon. Writings Bacon का writing विषय लिखा जाइए. Next question है, why does the writer phrase the Baconian works? Baconian works को कहीं की लेखक को प्रशंसा करते. The writer praises the Baconian works for the reflect Bacon's lucid order. His understanding of the subjects, then the comprehensiveness of his views and his knowledge of mankind. Above all, they embody the practical nature of his purposes. Udeshya spashta. Next question, what must a man of business be taught? कौन पढ़ेगा कथा? A man of business must be taught to arrange and give vent to what he knows. Se kon jani. Next है, how can a man of business cultivate fluency in writing? Fluency in writing केमती cultivate करी परिबो? A man of business can cultivate a fluency in writing by developing the habit of expressing accurately, briefly, and readily. These are the three key words: accurately, briefly, and readily. Next question, what should be aimed at in the style of a man of business? In the style of a man of business, nothing is to be aimed at except plainness and precision. These are the two keys factor, plainness and precision. Last passage munaichi power shift. So throw light on the characteristic of knowledge. Question number 2, give a contrasting study of money and knowledge. Question number D, see how is knowledge superior to bullets or gadgets. Question number D, what will the affluent nation struggle for? Then question number CE, knowledge knows no democracy. Right, true or false? This is the question. Last set of questions. प्रथम प्रश्न देला, throw light on the characteristic of knowledge. Knowledge रो चरित्र चित्रण करो गोटे प्रकार को. So knowledge is characterized by great flexibility. Besides, it knows no limit. It has no limitation. In other words, it is expendable beyond measure. जाकु मोपा जाई परिबो नाही ज्ञान उमाप. Next question la, give a contrasting study of money and knowledge. Money and knowledge रो गोटे contrasting study. कौन पिले? Money is not all in the world. पैसा सर्वस्व नुहे. It cannot buy everything. प्रत्येक जिन सब किणा जाई परिबो नाही. And stress comes when even the richest become poor. एमती भी स्टेज आसे बहुत धनी माने गरीब होई जाती. But by contrast, knowledge can always generate more. किंतु ज्ञानी लोक केबे भी तळକୁ जाए नाही. Next question है, how is knowledge superior to bullets or gadgets? Budgets. Bullet or budgets taru superior की परी. Knowledge steals a march over bullets or budgets because the former never gets used of. But this is not so in case of the latter. ये दुईटा जिनस हम व्यवहार करी परिबानी, whereas we can use our knowledge. Last question. So what will the affluent nation struggle for? The affluent nation will struggle for the distribution and access to knowledge. They will no more fight for power. ସେମାନେ ଆଉ fight କରିବେ ନାହିଁ. And last question ଥିଲା, knowledge knows no democracy. True or false? Knowledge knows no democracy. Right? True or false? It is false. That's all. ଏଇଟା ଥିଲା ପିଲେ ପାଞ୍ଚଟା ସିଲେକ୍ସନ୍ chapter କିଛି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଯାହା ଉପରେ ଆମେ ଆଲୋଚନା କଲେ. Hope so your exam will go good luck. Thank you for watching. Stay to Master English. Jai Jagannath.